Alright, let's get into my PlayStation 1 library, my friends. Thank you for checking out the video, and everybody that's been watching the channel at all. I really appreciate it. Feel free to leave those comments in there and tell me what you've played growing up, or what you're currently playing, or anything like that. PlayStation 1 is a system I did not grow up with either, so I didn't really grow up with the PlayStations. I grew up more with the Nintendos, the Dreamcast and some Xbox. So this is a console that I don't have a ton of games for, and I don't really know everything in the library, but I'm happy to have what I have, and I'm going to be looking for more and more games for it. Let's get it started with Austin Powers Pinball. Boy, what a banger to start this off with, huh? Yeah, baby. This game is terrible. It's absolutely terrible. Like, I thought it'd be like an okay pinball game, because like, how do you screw up pinball? But they managed to do it. The physics do not feel good in this game at all. It's not like a Stern pinball game or anything like that. But the novelty of it, Austin Powers Pinball. I mean, I saw it. I had to get it. Again, this is one of those games that is meant for me to buy, because who else is going to find this in the game shop and be like, ooh, Austin Powers Pinball. Groovy. Next we have Backyard Soccer. This is a pretty fun game. I like this. I grew up with the Backyard Baseball on PC, so I played that one a lot. So I wanted to check this one out when I picked it up. And it has some of that nostalgia, that feel to it. Not as good as the baseball one, but definitely really fun. Actually, it was in the middle of like a season or something in this game. I need to finish that, but definitely pretty good. It's got some of the same characters as well from the baseball one. Next we have Casper, Friends Around the World. I guess a decent side-scrolling game. Like, it's okay. It's pretty easy. I mean, I don't know what to say about it. It's just Casper. It's a fun, charming little game for a little bit. Nothing crazy. We played it already. Here's one I haven't checked out yet, but I picked up. It's Final Fantasy VIII. Some people say this is their favorite Final Fantasy game, so we'll have to see about that. So I'll be excited to check that one out when we play that one for the PlayStation. Following up with Final Fantasy IX. So this is the first and only Final Fantasy game I've ever played through, not growing up playing these. So I checked this one out a couple years ago, and I absolutely loved it. I thought this was brilliant, guys, so I started buying more Final Fantasy games after playing this one. My girlfriend's favorite Final Fantasy game right here. She's actually the reason why I decided to play this one first. And my goodness, this was so good. Story, the characters, the gameplay, just everything. What an adventure this was. The music was incredible. Just a really, really good RPG. Top tier RPG for me that I've played anyways. I don't think I'm going to play another Final Fantasy that I'm going to like more than this one, honestly. It's going to be really hard. What a way to start off the Final Fantasy series for me. Alright, next we have Gran Turismo, a classic that I felt I needed to own. You know, I feel like you have a PlayStation or a PS2 or anything, you gotta play Gran Turismo. I actually don't own a PlayStation 1, let me say that. I own a PS2, so this is backwards compatibility, playing with the real discs, but I do want to get a PlayStation 1 someday. Thank God for backwards compatibility, so I can play these games on there. I say I like this one. I like it. It's really hard. I'm not very good at it. I've been trying to get better at it when I played, but I can see why this is a high revered series as well. The simulation aspect is really, really well done for the time period. So yeah, I mean, I guess it's a gaming classic you have to have. I want to get Gran Turismo 7 for my PlayStation 5. Next we have, this is one of the worst, maybe the worst PS1 game I have, and that's Independence Day. Ugh. It's a Star Fox-esque kind of flying and shooting game, but it is so bad. Controls awful. It's headache-inducing, the way the graphics and everything are, and the way things pop up. I hate this game. I put it on for a half hour and I just couldn't take it anymore. I got it for a few bucks. I bought it because basically it was AVGN covered it, and I wanted to see if it was actually that bad, and it is. It is actually that bad. So I do not recommend picking that game up. even if you're a huge fan of the movie. Next we have The Land Before Time, Big Water Adventure, and one of the easiest games I've ever played in my life. There's barely a challenge, if I could even call a challenge ever in this game. You just kind of run left to right, jumping over obstacles every now and then, and that's about it. You know, it's definitely a game made for kids, but I liked The Land Before Time original movie when I was a kid, so I wanted to, you know, this was only a couple dollars. It's like, why not get it? It's an easy game. Sometimes I like playing those easy, chill games. It's a nice break from playing something that's going to, like, frustrate you or be so hard and challenging. You know, you throw on something like this, you can just kind of casually play and have a good time and not have to worry about, oh gosh, I need to focus like so much on what's happening. So definitely an easy game. But you know, for what it does, it plays fine. You know, there's nothing wrong with the gameplay. Here's a good game, Lilo and Stitch. This is a Crash Bandicoot like clone, much like the Donald Duck Going Quackers game I have on the GameCube. This one not quite as good as the Donald Duck game, but I really did like this game. I beat this all in one stream. There's a fun little levels, fun little challenge, not too hard, but if you like Crash Bandicoot or even Lilo and Stitch, you probably like this game. I do like the movie a lot, and I gotta say, this game's really good. Particularly this one. I know there's other Lilo and Stitch games, but this is the one that plays like Crash Bandicoot. So we have NASCAR 2001, a little NASCAR game. Can't go wrong with that. I used to have this on the N64, so I do have nostalgia for this one. We have NCAA Football 2000. This was one I found at a thrift store, so I don't know whether my PlayStation 2 is going to read this game or not, to be honest, because it's one of those games with the black bottoms, and sometimes my my PlayStation has trouble reading these games, so I think I need to get a PlayStation 1 to like fully play this game, but it's in pretty good condition, I think. So NCAA Football 2000. Sports games. Here's one of my favorite hockey games ever made. That's NHL 98. I got this for $1. What a steal. Absolutely love this game. Of the NHL EA Sports series, this is still my favorite one. Now, I have nostalgia for this only because I used to have this one on PC. So I played this a lot on PC growing up and loved it. And then I found this in a game shop for $1 on the PlayStation. I was like, oh my gosh, it's that game that I used to play with Peter Forsberg on the cover. I wonder if this is anything like the PC version. So it's pretty much like for like. It's exactly the same. The only thing I'd say that's maybe different is there's this one area in the ice where you can shoot and almost score from almost every time on the PC version. On the PlayStation version, it only works like some of the time, which I guess is probably better. That way it's not as cheap, but there's like a sweet spot. But I do hit it several times. I did do a full season in this game, guys, on my channel with the Mighty Ducks because of how much I wanted to relive this game. But yeah, it still holds up. Still have a lot of fun playing it. It's fast-paced. It's definitely a lot jankier than anything you'll play these days for hockey, but man, I love this game. I still have a blast playing it. And then NHL 99. Now this one plays similar, but it's a lot slower. So if anything, you could say technically this is a better game. But I still like 98 better, even though it's got my boy Eric Lindros on the cover. This is one I did play as well growing up because my friend had this one for his N64. So we would play this on the N64. And I kind of wanted this for N64 rather than PlayStation, but I found it for $2 and thought, well, why not? If I ever find a complete in-box copy on the N64 for cheap, I might actually buy that and have this on the N64 instead, and then just maybe give this away or trade it in or something. Because I'm not one of those people that needs like the same game on multiple systems. I would probably just get rid of this one since I only spent $2 on it anyways. But yeah, NHL, it's still pretty good. It's still a pretty good game, but I still like 98 better. Oh, this game I hate. Peter Pan in Return to Neverland. Like, I don't know. One of the reasons why I hate this game is because it starts off okay. It gives you that false sense of security, like, oh, you might be playing a decent side-scrolling game, but man, There's some annoying mechanics and levels later on, annoying enemies. Ugh, I gave up on this game trying to beat it because of how frustrating it got. You think it wouldn't be that hard because it's Peter Pan, but my gosh. I don't know, like the hitboxes are all jank and everything. It's kind of hard to dodge things because of how big you are and how slow you move. So, I don't know, I don't like this game. I mean, I might go back to it sometime to try and finish it, but not looking forward to that day. Here's one that I've heard is a really bad game, but I haven't played yet. Picked this one up, and that's Rascal. I love my 3D platformers. I've heard this one's so bad. Is it really going to be that bad? Who knows? But I'm willing to give it a chance and see what it's like. That's Rascal for PS1. A couple more games. We got Snowcross Championship Racing. This is another one. $1. I'll buy any game for $1. So I found this in a game shop for $1, and it's pretty good. It's a pretty good little snowmobile racing game. Again, it is hard as well. Like, I don't think it's anything I'm ever gonna beat, but yeah, I didn't mind throwing it in, playing it for a little while, and probably something I'll throw in again at some point for $1. Snowcross. Why not? It's a good option to have. Next, we have the original Tiger Woods PGA Tour. I haven't played the original one. There's so many of these Tiger Woods games now. I have played like a couple of them before, but never like the original one, so it was nice to have, where it all began. We have Treasure Planets. I have not tried this one yet. I've heard this one's actually pretty good. It's probably better than the Peter Pan game. I believe it's another... Is it a side-scroller or a 3D platformer? I'm not even sure. But yeah, hopefully that one's pretty good. I only spent like $6 on that one, so... here's a wrestling game I picked up this year. I haven't tried this one yet. WCW NWO Thunder from THQ. I assume it's going to be pretty good since it's from THQ. So looking forward to this one. It's got a big manual with showing all the characters. Looks like it has a decent roster as well. So I bet you this one's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to trying this out one of these Wrestling Wednesdays we have. You got Big Show, Hollywood Hogan. Looks like I believe that's DDP up there, Diamond Dallas Page, I think, and then Goldberg over there. And the last PlayStation 1 game I have is the X-Files point-and-click adventure game, horror game. I did try this game out a little bit. I haven't streamed it or anything, but I did throw it in for a couple minutes, I think, to test it out. And, I'm not a huge fan of point-and-click adventure games, but an X-Files one I'll definitely take a chance on. It's probably one of my least favorite types of games, honestly. But not that I don't enjoy them or can't get into them, because, I think some of these types of games can be immersive, with the music and the noises and stuff like that, and just kind of getting lost and trying to find what items you might need to progress. So I'm sure this one's going to be pretty good. And that is it. That is my PlayStation 1 collection. Again, I'm going to be adding to this one as the months and the years go by. Especially when I pick up an original PlayStation, and be easier to play some more of these games than throwing them in the PS2. But yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. Stay safe. Until next time, 0 is the number.